Let's drop that old one that we used to do back in the days.
What's up, people?
What up, dude?
What's up, Detroiters? Welcome to the People Mover Podcast, where every week we discuss everything from living in Detroit, life lessons and experiences, dating, relationships, pop culture, and much, much more.
We explore the power of social connection through conversation. We literally want to
move the people. It's your host, Miracle, and our other host,
Malcolm Elliott.
And this is episode 14.
Big 14.
This is the Red Couch Talk. This is a new background for us.
Red Couch.
A new environment.
Be the first episode on the new couch. Even though we didn't shot this like 1,000 times.
Yeah, exactly. I swear to God. Take 6. Literally, technical difficulties. Technology, we love you, but at the same time, we hate you.
But yeah, we'll still be at the other studio as well, but this is more, that's when we have guests. Like, this is more so when it's just me and Miracle here. So, hanging with the people.
Hanging out with the people. That's what we're calling you guys, and we're still trying to get 500 subscribers.
Right. So
like,
make sure you
share,
subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of that shit, you know, helps us with the algorithm, but we just very much would appreciate it as well.
Yes. So, like, and as we always do, like, we're going to kind of start off with some Detroit news because, you know, we are from Detroit. First of all, something deep and sad has happened recently.
The damn Lions.
The Detroit fucking Lions lost, bro.
In the most Lions fashion. But look, it's always next year, man. It's always next year. But yeah, that won't hurt.
Do you think we even have a shot next year? People are so discouraged.
Yeah, no. We had like 18 niggas on injured reserved. You feel me? I don't know no team that lose 18 niggas and can still be okay. So the fact that we were still that good, losing our main niggas is like, yeah, no, we're okay. Next year's gonna be scary, but
yeah.
So I'm not that hurt because Aiden Hutchinson's coming back, Anzalone, everybody else. So we gonna be all right. The future is bright. The future's not bleak.
And the people who do good, like you were saying, are always the healthiest players.
Yeah.
So once everyone is like healthy, we're gonna do good. But I get how discouraging it is.
It's so discouraging.
No, it really is. And like, I have elderly patients who were so excited. They're like, I've never seen this in my lifetime. My dad never saw this in his lifetime.
Times in Detroit.
And the Lions have literally never made it to the Super Bowl. So everyone was so hopeful, especially after last season.
No, yeah. And last season was
I'm just like, damn, how do you lose? Like, you win how many streaks? How many games in a row did we win? And the one time where it's like life or death.
Niggas gotta win when you need to
win. Please. But listen, I'm not really that into sports. So let me relax.
It's like Lions fans ain't never had hope. I don't give a fuck what year it was. Niggas had Barry Sanders, nigga had Calvin Johnson, but it was just some fun shit to look at. We ain't never just been like, oh, you could win a Super Bowl. It was never that.
Dude, I know people who bet on this shit though. They were making it real life or death.
Oh yeah. Niggas put that Uncut Gem shit is real. Niggas be putting their life, their whole well-being on a bet. On one bet, niggas will do that shit.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. I feel like a lot has been happening in Michigan and in Detroit, but a lot has been happening on the West Coast as well.
Right.
I know there's been a lot of like wildfires in California. Yeah. And like, what have you seen that? Like,
yeah. It's bad out there, and hopefully, you know, somebody says this could be a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that people burned it down on purpose. And I'm like, damn.
I've seen videos of people, like, I don't know how real they are because we don't know how real anything is on the internet. But I've seen people like start fires there. Like, there's people walking around starting the fires.
People's looting. All types of shit. It's fucked up out there. A lot of people think they're gonna build like a railroad transit system and like a whole futuristic mansion shit 2.0 out there, and they just was gonna do the fires no matter what. So, billionaires.
So you think people planned it, or they?
I think it's possible when you got all that type of money. You feel me? Like, you never know. And you think like the people who got their shit fucked up is like they probably got enough money to.
But I'm not gonna lie. Every single like deep like natural disaster, there's always a conspiracy theorist that is like, oh my god, like the government started this.
How did the fire start?
It's like tornado. I don't know.
I'm like, I just heard it was some fires. How did was it lightning? Was it arson?
The sun. How hot?
How did it happen?
How hot was it?
It's just like fire just pop up out of nowhere. Like I never heard nobody say how it started. It was like some shit blow up.
It's like it doesn't matter how it starts, I guess, but like the spread of it is based on the temperature. The land, XYZ. So maybe California is just more, like Oklahoma is more prone to like tornadoes or something. Florida is more prone to like fucking hurricanes. It's like sometimes shit just happens.
It just gets so hot that shit just combusts and then.
Or maybe the air is like the right temperature for it to. I don't even know.
That seems kind of.
But it's fucked up. It's a fucked up thing.
It's a fucked up situation.
It really is. And then there's like. You know, people who are like, oh, only celebrities and rich people live there. Like, so I don't really feel bad. Like, have you seen people say that?
People on the internet say
media?
all types of fucked up shit. I don't put nothing past niggas on the internet. Niggas say the absolute worst shit you could think of. So, like, I believe that niggas be saying shit like that.
Yeah. And what do you think? Like, you think when the rich people, like, lose things, it's not, like, as deep?
No, I think it's deep to anybody who lose anything. You feel me? Like, even if I lose,
people think everything is replaceable.
Yeah, I mean, even if I lose something I can replace, it's not gonna be the exact same one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, is it?
And there's things that you lose that are really irreplaceable. Like
they are irreplaceable. Yeah.
Photographs.
Moments
like,
and shit, yeah.
So many things that are, like, actually sentimental. So I feel like we can't replace those things and at least just have some empathy.
True.
You know? So, like.
Because that situation is a tough one, I'm not going to lie.
It really is. And then there's, like, the religion, like, conspiracy theories that are like, oh, my God, like, it's the gays and la, 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 la. Like, which, you know. Is not true.
I'm like, how did that even come? How did they get to that conclusion? How did they get there?
Because California is so progressive and so liberal. Like it's probably like the most liberal state in the country.
And they're saying that they should burn for that. Is that what they're saying? Like in Sodom and Gomorrah?
Exactly. Oh my God. That's not even how it is.
Y'all niggas, man.
But to revert back to sport news. Because we're talking about sports.
My sons just won.
Yeah.
Yep. Shout out to Kate Cunningham. Beat the Rockets' ass. So.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. We moving forward in Detroit sports.
Yes. We'll see. Even though when the Lions lost also to the Super Bowl, 2 other teams that were playing that same day lost. Everyone was so excited to have all 3 games. Like it was the
Pistons,
Lions,
the Red Wings, Pistons, and the Pistons. Yeah, that Saturday we all lost. We should just cut that day off from our memories and move forward.
Right, but another thing about sport news I was gonna say is like the Joy Taylor stuff. She was a sports reporter,
journalist.
And there's this whole thing about a journalist who like kind of is like big and like. You know, social media and on TV, and it's like she slept with people to get to the position she's at, apparently. And there's a whole lawsuit because she was getting sued by the hairdresser.
Her hairdresser, I think, was suing the network, but mentions Joy Taylor and Skip Bayless and some other members of the media in the document. But basically, she said that Skip Bayless tried to pay her $1.5 million to fuck. And then she told Joy Taylor, all right, I know bitch, you're doing this for $40.
Getting paid $1.5 million to sleep with someone? Ugh.
Would you do
I don't know how strong you are and how good you are as a woman.
Would you do it?
At the position I'm at right now, I plead the fifth.
Like, do you know what Skip Bayless look like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, Facts.
I'm like, with Skip Bayless, I'm fucking screaming.
He's not cute at all. But like again, he's the kind of guy who you have to do that. That's the only way you can get someone like Joy fucking Taylor, who's a 10 out of 10. Yeah, she would never do that in an ordinary. I'm not also making like excuses for women anyway, but I also think we should blame guys thinking with their dick. It's like you're in a position of power. Why is someone who only thinks with their dick and not professionalism?
They gotta take some accountability too.
Decisions?
We can't avoid accountability on Joy Taylor though. It's like she could not use her pussy to get up. You feel me? That's why I'm like, it is. It's like,
and he could have not hired her. He could have hired someone who was good.
You seen what he looked like? That nigga's the type of nigga who's gonna take some neck and some. You feel me? The thing was that the lady who was suing Fox Network was that she was Joy Taylor's friend because she was doing her hair. She was, she'd been there for a second, and basically when she
declined.
When she told her about
similar offers.
When she told her about what Skip Bayless had did, Joy Taylor was just like, don't say nothing, kind of just keep your head down, and it's kind of like. Damn, I feel like Joy Taylor set the women's shit back. You feel me? Just progressiveness, because not only was she like a hypocrite lying about doing it, she like, I worked my way up to the top. It's like, no, bitch, you was sucking some dick. But also it's like now, you feel me? She said, the lady was telling her like, yeah, like somebody trying to sexually harass me in here, and you gonna tell me like I shouldn't say nothing about it? And then what's even worse is that she was fucking a nigga, Emmanuel Acho, that was on the show with her. And basically, the hairdresser found out about that and was like, I don't think you should be fucking the executive of Fox and him at the same time. And Joy Taylor was basically like, it don't matter, because if he come out or he try to, cancel me out like everybody else, I'll just say that he sexually assaulted me. That's some diabolical shit. That's a diabolical bitch right there. Them the type of bitches that cannot be trusted. That's why I'm like, I can't even shift accountability and blame away from Joy Taylor as well, because this bitch had a plan.
And I feel like there should be consequences for people who do that as well.
I swear.
I mean, I feel like most women are telling the truth, and like we should believe in women, but there's like the outliers that kind of make it difficult to just go, and you have to be rational sometimes with things like this.
Don't get me wrong, Joy Taylor ain't the only one sucking some dick out here getting.
We're already struggling. Why would you kind of be another reason that we can kind of add? And like people try to say that shit about, our ex now, our ex vice president. Oh, people try to say she did the same shit, and I'm like, people always try to discredit women.
She was the only one who served in all three branches of the government. She was more qualified than most motherfuckers. But I'm just like,
but she was still undermined, and people still were like, she slept her way to the top. She slept her way to the top.
Some bitches, like I said, bitches like Joy Taylor, them is the worst type of bitches. You feel me? Like,
yeah, and 1.5 million is a lot. And on the topic of money, there is like a topic that circulates the internet sometimes about the tipping culture and like how much money you should just give people for existing or doing their jobs. Existing is a strong statement, but I feel like back in the day when you were tipping someone, you were tipping based on like how good the food was, how good the service was.
Yeah, I feel like that's how tipping should be.
It's like after you give the tip. Now it's like they expect you to give the tip right away. I don't even know if my coffee is gonna be good.
Right.
I'm just putting it in the order. You can fuck that shit up.
Yeah, no, it's like,
so it's like I shouldn't.
It's about the experience. The problem is now you go to the fucking counter at Tropical Smoothie or fucking Starbucks, and then at the end of your order, the screen be like, you want to leave a tip. And then it's like, I didn't get my shit yet. Y'all just gonna be making smoothies anyway. I feel like if I tip somebody, it's gotta be a waitress who was like, ask me like, do I need anything? Bringing me all my shit, making sure I came. You feel me?
And getting paid less than minimum wage.
Right, and then waitresses, that's how most of them make most of their money. That's why all these bitches at Twin Peaks.
But people said like in the past like 6 years, like tipping has gone down like lower than it has ever. I feel like people just get fatigued because there's so much force to like.
Well, he was doing studies, you feel me, that said like, that company started doing it at the end of every purchase, and they found out that people would just be tipping. So it's basically the companies being like, shit, if you want to give us extra money, please be our guest.
And it helps the companies because then they could refuse to pay their people more because they're like, look at how many tips you get.
Bring back the
I don't
tip
know
jar.
if they keep all of it.
Oh, yeah,
I
you feel
think
me?
sometimes they keep, especially when it's cash, it's like the workers are keeping it. But, you know, they're probably like, you're taking work out of our hands. And we're still like gaining more. I don't know.
I'm like, the coffee was already $8. I know y'all already got as much money as y'all need out of me.
Yeah. No, yeah. And like, a whole different topic on a whole different lane that I wanted to talk about was another topic in social media was the guy who committed suicide. He like committed suicide because he went through a
Goonicide.
drive-through.
The first ever
He had his
Goonicide.
pants down. I don't know if he was or was not like masturbating, but he had his pants down.
It's a wild man.
Through a drive-through, someone got him on camera, and when he was on camera, she was saying how like this isn't the first time you've done this.
Oh my God.
So it's like I basically caught you like in the act now.
Right, but you have done this before.
And it's like the video went viral, and the guy who made the video like took his life,
Oh
and he
my
was
God.
married and he had kids and like all this shit.
He probably was doing other wild shit. That's some wild shit.
Because I'm like, why is the shame that deep? Not shame is a good fucking emotion to feel. If you feel
Bring
shameful
back
about
shame.
something, exactly. But I'm
Bring
like,
back
it's
shame.
the kind of cowardly people who take their life, because it's like you're supposed to use the shame to kind of learn. And
That nigga said, if y'all found out what I'll really be doing,
I'm out.
I'm out of here anyway. That nigga said, I'm just gonna get a head start. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm always like I feel like empathy for the wife and kids,
Yeah.
but it's like one less weirdo in the world. I'm not worried about
I'm
it.
screaming. I mean, mental health is a
One
real
less
thing.
creep
The
is
nigga was
like,
clearly out of his mind.
I'm
He's clearly
okay.
crazy. So it's like, yeah, mental health is a real thing. So
It is.
that nigga out there scaring the hoes
No, literally.
and then commit goonicide. So clearly he was not well in the brain. CTE.
Yeah, he's not well
All of
aware.
it.
And honestly, like it might be an issue on a mass. This whole OnlyFans culture and like men buying content and masturbating.
That shit ain't never going away.
And
no.
all this shit, it's like, I guess. But it's such on a mass. I feel like I don't know. It's so much more normalized these days, like you said.
Yeah. I mean, in men and women. Like, sex culture, again, they're going to push gun, sex, drugs, violence. So it's like the sex culture or sex toys and all type of shit. Women just as gooned out as niggas is. That's why we was talking about Luigi and bitches fan over. I'm like, yeah, bitches fan over anything with a pulse. Bitches want if that plant had a dick, somebody would want to suck it. It's like,
My Lord.
bitches is some freaks. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now they about to be having
They
robots.
are, but
that
like
fuck you.
men, just in general, like men are so driven by sex. I feel like this day and age, it's hard to date a man and sex isn't the first thing. Like, you know what I mean? I had a friend and she got invited on this trip with this guy and she accepted. And then later on, he was asking like if they would do all this on the trip. And she said no. And he's like, maybe we shouldn't go on the trip. And I was like, damn, back in the day, guys used to like date and like grovel and not expect
grovel. Bring back grovel.
and not expect sleeping with someone right away. So it's kind of like, I don't know.
No, I mean, shit. The game is the game. And it's like, niggas play the game. It's no right or wrong way to play the game. So it's like, shit, I don't want to fly a bitch out of town if she ain't fucking either. So it was like, it is what it is. It's like, shit, we go on a trip. Then you need to be tripping on some dick. That's all it is. If you feel me?
Jesus.
If not, then we need to date in town. I can't get no miles under my wing. You feel me? I want to reserve that for bitches who is fucking. You feel me?
Right. That's why dating this day and age is hard, because I'm like, men lead so much with that. Like, what you're saying, like,
For the
Is
trip
how-
aspect, for this specific situation,
This-
I
Yeah.
understand where he coming from, because it's like, we about to go on a trip. That sound good.
but I'm like, men lead so much
But-
with that though, and I'm like,
But you
oh.
feel me? Like, if a girl is fucking with me, like we dating, and like I feel like we both like dating like intentionally on some serious type shit, and then I bring up a trip and you going, then it's kind of like you just gotta put. You feel me? Some niggas don't want to
talk about how sex transfers energy and all this stuff. It's like, why is it? No,
my thing is, I wouldn't have brought it up mainly because I would have felt the energy was like she was fucking if she said yes. You feel me? Like even if she didn't fuck on the trip, I would have felt like she was gonna fuck if she was about me like that. Then on the trip, it's like if she didn't fuck, it's like, damn, okay, it is what it is.
She probably is not that into you. Yeah, I also agree with that mindset.
Yeah, but it's like I wouldn't have been like it wouldn't even have came up like, oh, are we about to be fucking on this trip? It's like I would have just got the vibe whether we was or not.
And women also, like, not to be like devil's advocate and like dodging anything, but like women change their minds. Like she can say no,
anybody can change
and then
their
it's
mind.
like at the trip, like you're vibing with her so much emotionally that she's like, yeah, I wanna.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like so that's what the game is.
To say no right away.
But some niggas don't be feeling like putting game on a bitch. That's the whole thing. It's like, me is like I'm gonna play the game and feel me. I'm gonna keep vibing. We gonna keep kicking it in how we is. And in most of those situations, you do get the pussy anyway. But it's like in the situation where if she say no, you will find out how y'all vibing after the trip. But some niggas don't even want to have to go through that whole process. They'd rather just be like, look, if you ain't fucking, I don't even want to go on this trip. And I can't blame that nigga. You feel me? Because I feel that as well.
I can see both sides. I'm a Libra.
Because I'm the date nigga. Like, I'm going to try to date you, and I'm going to just I'm going to read the room and be like, well, if she says she want to go on the trip, and she texts me all these cute emojis, and she sound fine, and she says she fuck with me anyway, it's a very good chance that I'm probably going to fuck on this trip. Now, if I come back from this trip and I'm unfucked, then we're going to have a different conversation. You feel me?
Honestly, unless you're on your period, going on a trip as a girl's POV and with a guy and not wanting. But again, I'm like, back in the day, that was not the expectation. So I'm like, times have changed.
On the trips, I'm not dating bitch and taking her out of town. That's not a drivable destination. Like, if we could take a 45-minute trip up to goddamn Ann Arbor, but I'm not taking a bitch to goddamn Florida and I met you a week ago. I mean, that's not the lifestyle I live right now. Now, in the future, maybe. But I'm like, at this level, it's like, if I just met you in real life, we was going to the coffee.
It's not even that far that's not even really a trip for real. It's 40 minutes.
It's not. But I'm saying that's a drive. I'm not 25. Driving. I don't want to drive 4 hours. Like, it's like we could drive to Chicago. Like, you feel me? But I'm not flying somewhere. If I just met you and I'm dating you. If I just met you, it's like, a trip is kind of, you gotta walk, you gotta crawl before you can run, baby. You know what I'm saying? The trips is vacations. That's like, unless you really on that.
I feel like people just like throw it on the internet. Like, let's get to know each other with our passports on a plane. That's insane. You don't really know these people.
I don't want to go nowhere intimate with somebody I don't need. Right, if I don't even know you like that.
Yeah, you like have a conversation.
That's why they said Ted Bundy would have had a great time with you hoes. He would have fucking ran through this bitch. Who the other one? The other serial killer too. Them niggas would have ran through y'all bitch. Joe from You, that nigga would have ran through this bitch because y'all hoes. You just want to hop on a plane with a nigga you just met. In most situations, niggas ask a girl she want to go on a trip that he just happened to have coming up, and she said yes. In my mind, we fucking. That's just, I wouldn't even have thought twice about it. Oh, she want to go on a trip. She get her bikinis and shit together. She want to be all cute. All right, yeah, she probably gonna throw that ass back. That's what I would have thought. But niggas don't even want to assume like, if it's a possibility you not gonna fuck, tell me now. And then some niggas don't even want to go.
And based on how the guys move,
blame.
like we make our decision, and sometimes we're more in a sensible like realm. But I don't know. We have to do a whole episode on relationships and the different perspectives of them.
I'm just saying.
And how dating kind of goes for
the dating scene is cooked, actually.
In this day and age, it's really, really
absolutely
cooked.
cooked.
It's cooked.
Absolutely cooked.
Yeah.
Absolutely cooked. I have no words.
Literally, I have no words as well. And I'm like, that's why you got to invest in, like, your friendships. Like, you know, guys invest in their bros. Like, girls should invest in their homegirls. And, like, all of
women hate women. Like, y'all don't even like each other.
Oh Lord, yeah, I know.
It's so crazy.
This is true.
Women is the most ironic creature on the planet Earth.
Yeah, I know.
It's like y'all don't really know what y'all want. Y'all think y'all know what y'all want, and then y'all change your mind. Y'all don't really know what y'all want.
Yeah, we don't. And I feel like that's the life experience. You always said like we're always changing, so it's hard to get to know yourself because you're always in a new version.
You're always changing. That is true.
Always changing. So I'm like, it is true. Honestly, we can go on about this for like hours.
Okay. I mean, you guys could find me and Miracle here every week at the People Mover Pod. Me, Malcolm Elliott Music on everything. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're on the road to 500. You know what I'm saying? So we would very much appreciate it. Helps with the algorithm as well. Episode 14 on the People Mover Pod.
Yay.
Big 14.
In the new like space.
Big select.
Ish.
Joy Taylor, you can holler at me
big
on XXXXX.
Let's drop that old one that we used to do back in the days.